Can he finish off this extraordinary comeback? Chalmers wide open. Oh, Chalmers knocks
Rio,
down the three.
underrated.
7 to shoot. Nowitzki drives underneath lefty layup.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope y'all are having a great day so far. So continuing down the members section, request, this one is going to be freaking fun. Another one from about 6 months ago, similar to yesterday, and this one is 2011 Dirk Nowitzki was a god. And this is posted from Post 2K. And good Lord, 774,000 people showed up for this video. And that makes me so happy because usually Dirk does not get nearly enough respect. And that shows nearly 1 million people showed up to pay respect for Dirk. So that's awesome. Let's add a few. Let's add a few to that list. Guys, this championship run, this performance, I mean, the whole team gets my respect. But Dirk, obviously, as the leader and the guy, this year, you know, playing sick in the finals, all this stuff. This guy, this one championship that he got, to me, it outweighs, you know, some people's like 2 and 4 championships, if you know what I mean. Like, this is one of those. Not all championships are valued the same, and this one is up there at the very top of all time. It might have been the hardest championship run ever. So, anyways. Obviously, I'm going to have fun with this one. So, guys, I'm going to link the original video down below in the description. So if you want to check out Post 2K, the link is down in the description for you. Also, you see a list of channel members. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you all. And I say let's get on with this one. Without further ado, like the video if you could. Hype the video if you got any. I'd appreciate it. And, yeah, if you want me to beat Scap Attack in that bet, that race to 100K or 110,000 subscribers, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. I'd appreciate you helping in this win. Anyways, guys, let's go.
In 2011, Dirk Nowitzki delivered quite possibly the greatest individual playoff run in NBA history.
Let's put it in the comments, guys. To me, this is the greatest playoff run I've ever seen. So for me, this goes to the top of the list. What about you guys? Is this the best? If it's not, what is? You know, like definitely put it in there. I'd love to see what you guys think was the most difficult or like the most impressive playoff run that led to a championship of all time.
A run and a season that defined his entire career.
Yeah.
Nowitzki again for the lead.
Yeah. We never called him a choker after this one. Never again.
For nearly a decade, Nowitzki was known as the guy who always came up short. When the chips were on the table, you can bet your ass he was gonna shrink away from the moment. To put it bluntly, he was a choker. But that was before 2011.
I don't even know if he was a choker, but he didn't rise up to a level of leadership where he can put the team on his back in the playoffs. He was doing it in the regular season, but in the playoffs, he didn't. You know, things are different in the playoffs. That's a whole nother level to be able to still put the team on your back and find a way to actually win. And Dirk, it took him a while to figure this out. It takes most people a while to figure this out. But he got there, man. But there's a difference. Like, a lot of people called him a choker. I didn't quite think he was choking per se, but I understand as well. Because, yeah. If you're not doing what you do in the regular season in the playoffs, then I guess, yeah, that it falls into category. I never saw him. He never had a game where he was shooting like 2 for 20 or something like that. You know, it wasn't choking like that. It was just that he didn't do enough.
That saw him defeat a sneaky talented Portland team, the 2-time defending champions, a young nucleus in OKC, and the greatest big three the league had ever seen. Dirk rewrote his entire legacy, silencing all narratives as he came alive in the clutch every single night en route to being crowned a champion. At a time where the NBA was teetering on an era of big threes and super teams, Dirk single-handedly beat the best of the past, the future, and the present in a title run that saw him float above all like a god.
Yeah. And then I believe it was the first round that they played Portland. And that team was, man, history does not remember that team right because it didn't last long because of injuries. But, dude, Brandon Roy and Odin, like, that team was something special. And if they could have actually stayed healthy within the next couple of years, they were going to be title contenders, man. Let's go. You already got me pumped with that intro. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. That's cool. I was going to bring it up.
The time was now.
This is where it starts.
In 2006, Dirk had finally broken through to the NBA Finals, set to face a Miami Heat squad led by a young Dwayne Wade and an older Shaquille O'Neal. With Nowitzki in the middle of his prime at 27 years old, Dallas had the advantage, taking a 2-0 series lead.
The GOAT.
The title was all but his, until the momentum snapped the other way. Miami won 4 straight games in a flash, shocking Dirk and the Mavs as they hoisted the Larry O'Brien trophy on their home floor.
Do you guys remember Alonzo Mourning in this series? He doesn't get talked about. Shaq gets mentioned a lot. Shaq didn't play that great, though. Zoe off the bench was blocking the hell out of everybody. Like, he knew this was his opportunity, and he seized it.
And to make matters worse, Dallas's collapse was followed by a media circus. Mark Cuban claimed the finals were rigged. Wade was getting every call. And of course, heavy criticism on one of the game's premier players who wasn't able to close it out. The noise was deafening and pointless. None of it was going to take the pain away, nor put a ring on Dirk's finger. However, in 2007, he managed to take the attention away from 2006 by one-upping himself. 07 was supposed to be Nowitzki's magnum opus. It was the most efficient season of his career. He captured his first MVP award, and the Mavericks set a franchise record with 67 wins.
And who would have thought your MVP season, this is about to be his lowest moment of his career? This is the lowest it got. Man, hearing him talk about how bad this hurt, how he didn't even want the trophy, and I don't blame him.
All that to lose to the 8-seeded We Believe Warriors in the first round.
Yep.
Just an unexplainable collapse by the NBA's #1 seed.
Yep. Before they even presented the trophy, he was eliminated. Like, I can't even, to be presented with the most valuable player award and you're already knocked out. Like, your season's already over. That, I can't imagine how that felt. Have you guys ever seen that happen other than this?
And this marked the moment where Dirk became the league's piñata. Instead of receiving his MVP trophy in front of his home crowd in round 2, he received it at an awkward press conference, where the league began to take their shots at him. He was labeled a fraud, a choker, a soft European, and the following seasons didn't help him shake that reputation. 2008, a round 1 loss. 2009, a second round loss. 2010, 55 wins, the 2nd seed in the West, followed by an upset to the 7-seeded Spurs in the first round.
And now I was avid NBA fan during this time, like watching just like every second I could. Guys, at this point, I loved watching Dirk play, but I did not believe in him anymore. I didn't believe he was good enough to be the primary, like the captain of a championship team. At this stage, I didn't think he could do it anymore. I thought he needed someone else, and that's when I started thinking, like, man, if Nash never left, that could have been the leader. Nash could have taken that role, and then Dirk could have just been an assassin scorer. But this year happens.
By this point, Dirk had embodied everything the world told him he was: a playoff ghost who melts under the bright lights. And now at 32 years old, time was running out on his career to rewrite the narrative. And the league wasn't slowing down either.
This is intense.
Throughout the 2011 season, the spotlight was on anyone but Dallas. During the offseason, Miami had done the unthinkable with the creation of their Big Three.
Yep.
Oklahoma City's young trio was plastered across any highlight reel you can find, while Kobe and the defending champion Lakers ran the headlines as they chased the elusive three-peat. Dallas was flying under the radar, with an older roster that featured just one superstar and role players past their prime.
Yep.
It was a perfect recipe to become overlooked. And yet, the Mavericks had a stellar regular season, winning 57 games as the 3rd seed in the West. But once again, no one cared. Due to their past failures...
I think Finley was on his team too, right? Michael Finley? If I'm not mistaken, 3 former Suns ended up winning a championship here. And all 3 of those Suns were like the big dog in Phoenix at a certain point. You had J. Kidd, and then who was the other one in there? Sean Marion.
This meant nothing. It was their 11th straight 50-win season, and not once had it amounted to anything. The NBA was used to this. Regular season success, the phone rings in the postseason, and Dirk doesn't answer.
Yeah, it's like, imagine if James Harden stayed with the Rockets and every single year he's like the guy and they're kicking ass, but then once they get deep into the playoffs, they get eliminated, kind of like what happened there. But imagine it happened for like 5 straight years. That's where the Mavericks were at this point in history. It was like, okay, we've seen this before. You guys aren't going to get it done when it counts.
We've seen this before.
Hey, that's what I said. But we had. It's true. It was like, here we go again.
In the first round, a talented Portland squad led by LaMarcus Aldridge and Brandon Roy stood face to face with the German Wizard.
Oh, was Odin already out at this point then? Was he already injured and it was over?
Pulled off a little bit of magic in game 1. With Dallas leading by 4 headed into the 4th, Dirk went ballistic for 18 in the frame to take a 1-0 series lead. In game 2, up 1 headed into the 4th, the man gave the Blazers front row seats to another clinic with a
and with the tongue out is hilarious.
Flurry of mid-range jumpers that were wet like water. He drowned out Portland with 14 in the 4th. Dallas takes care of home court and go up 2-0. Out on the road at the Epicentr though, the Mavericks got stunned by Portland Stars, who went supernova to shockingly knot up the series at 2. History was repeating itself.
I did a reaction video a long time ago with Brandon Roy. He got like maybe 100 views. Guys, if you don't know about Brandon Roy before he got injured, just watch some vids, please, on him. You know, he was one of the next ones up, like for sure. He was going to be a megastar, in my opinion.
Every year, Dallas collapses at this very moment. They get the momentum, lose control, and spiral into a playoff exit. This is who they are. However, Dirk, as aware as he's ever been of where he's at in his career, knew the window was closing. Another year couldn't be wasted. He has to come through.
Yep.
So, in a pivotal Game 5 in Dallas, with all the momentum in Portland's favor, Nowitzki shut down any doubt, pouring in 25 points in an 11-point win, followed by a 33-point, 11-rebound exclamation mark in Game 6 to win the series.
That's big for Dirk.
The message sent
by the 11 rebounds
by Dirk was heard league-wide. The dude wasn't playing around. However, the gauntlet had just begun.
Yeah, it's round 1. That's round 1. "35
months. That's how long it's been since the LA Lakers last lost a playoff series, as Dirk and the Mavericks were intent on dethroning the 2-time defending champions, led by Kobe Bryant and Pau Gasol. At home in Game 1, the champs were playing like the champs, taking a 16-point lead early in the 3rd quarter. But, you know, this is a different Dallas team. They roared all the way back, led by Nowitzki with an arsenal of middies, fadeaways, threes, his patented leg kick and all. It was vintage Dirk, posting another double-digit 4th quarter.
28 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Yes, sir. Man, this series, out of all the series, this was the biggest shocker for me.
To sneak
Actually,
out
I take it back. They all are. Every single one of them. It just keeps getting harder and harder.
A Game 1 win on the road. In Game 2, they kept their foot on the gas with another stunner to take both games in LA. Now back at the American Airlines Center, Dallas had the defending champs on the ropes. A 3-0 lead would spell death for the Lakers, and our boy wasn't about to let them breathe.
Nowitzki wide open for three. Dirk Nowitzki, he's too good of a shooter. Another breakdown. And another three. Line him right up in on Nowitzki. Still knocks it down. Nowitzki, a three. Nowitzki, hand in his face, knocks it down. Let's go, he says.
Let's go.
Nowitzki drives on Gasol, stops, left hand.
Oh, man, he's pulling out all the tricks.
Shot from Nowitzki, and the Dallas Mavericks stun the Lakers and take a 3-0 lead.
How do you guard this dude?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. At 7 feet and a release point about a foot above his head, all you can do is pray he
Hold on. You mad, pal? Hold on.
Feet and
Let's
a
see.
release point about a
Let's see. Let's see if you hit that, if that forearm. Oh, you're right.
his head. All you can do is
Yeah, I know what you just said. And you're right. You didn't foul him. That was great defense.
pray he misses. And in game 3, he wasn't.
I'd be pissed.
32 points, 9 rebounds, and a 3-0 series lead.
Damn, dude.
By that point, it was all she wrote. Dallas exploded for a 36-point win in Game 4 as they send shockwaves through the NBA, slaying the 2-time defending champions in a 4-game sweep.
And this is one of those, like, nobody better say this was fixed or anything like that, because dude, the NBA would love to have the Lakers in the finals. They always would love to have the Lakers in the finals.
Dirk is off to the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 2006, and awaiting him was the future.
Yeah, these next 2 rounds just aren't, they don't even seem fair. Like, the amount of youth, especially on this next team, the amount of youth versus the old, I mean, this is a old, rundown Dallas Mavericks team going against people that have never faced an injury yet in their lives. Like, their bodies are so young and healthy, so full of energy.
Standing between Dirk
Let's
and
go.
the trip to the finals was a 3-headed monster in OKC, led by Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and sixth man James Harden.
Yeah, imagine that.
3 future MVPs, by the way. This was the future of the league. But Dirk couldn't care less. He was about to give these kids a history lesson.
I'll always be upset this team didn't stay together. They should have won a couple together.
Throws it down. Guys in their shooting range. Nowitzki remains perfect for Smith. Nowitzki cutting to the basket and a foul. He is putting on a shooting clinic. Nowitzki, little fake, pull up, puts it in. Motion, doing his best. Oh, he banks it in.
And if you guys are wondering why I haven't talked about Russ retiring on the channel, it's mainly because we had a huge segment on it in that the Johnny Talks podcast with Johnny and Scap that I was on. We had a huge segment on there, so I felt like I got to say my piece and my respect and tribute to the guy. I'll always wish he got a ring, man. I will always wish he got a ring.
Everything from Dirk. And Nowitzki taking away their will sometimes. Nowitzki, it's good.
Let's go, young bucks.
6 points.
If I'm Serge Ibaka, I'm naming my first son Dirk.
I used to always call him Serge Chewbacca.
The Dallas Mavericks take game
You feel me, nerds?
of the Western Conference Finals from a magnificent performance from Dirk Nowitzki. It's one of the all-time great NBA playoff performances.
48 points, 6 boards, 4 dimes, and 4 blocks on 12 of 15 shooting.
What the hell is that? 24 for 24 from the line. Oh my God. Let me see. I think I found my thumbnail here, you guys. Like that. That's you don't get better than that. That is incredible. 48, 6, 4, 4, 12 for 15 shooting. How you do that? And then 24 for 24. Man, I've gone 10 for 10 before. 24 for 24 with this high stakes. most points on 15 or fewer field goals in NBA history. Yeah, that's true. He only shot the ball 15 times and put up 48 points. Damn.
And 24 for 24 at the line.
He was in a freaking zone.
This is as close to a perfect shooting performance as you will ever see. I mean, did the ball even touch the rim on any of his shots?
Yeah, and it's not like it's like a Shaq where he's just like throwing it down. He's taking middies.
Dirk was straight cash. OKC's trio returned the favor in Game 2 to tie the series, to which
I
Dallas
missed that Kevin Durant.
wasted no time stealing back home court advantage with a Game 3 win on the road, which was followed by another Nowitzki masterpiece. In Game 4, Dirk and the Mavs find themselves down 10 with 2.5 minutes to go, and the German wizard is about to tap into God mode. His top of the key three is cash. On the left side, he throws up a ridiculous off-balance shot while trying to draw a foul and makes it. On the next possession, he gives us a patented one-legged fade in the key, and Dallas is within 3. Now down 2 with 6 seconds left, Nowitzki gets fouled and proceeds to bury 2 cold-blooded free throws to get the game to OT.
Hey, chaps! I know you're watching this. Once you're done studying Jordan and Kobe and their post moves, Dirk and Hakeem are your next assignments. They're both very different, but pick your poison, whoever you want first. These are the next 2 guys. As far as you can't guard them, you don't know what they're gonna do because they have a counter for every counter.
It was all Dirk. He got him to the extra frame, and the team brought him the rest of the way, outscoring the Thunder 11-4 in overtime to take a 3-1 series lead. Oh, and Dirk's final stat line? A 40-piece on 60% shooting.
God.
14 of those
15.
in the fourth quarter in OT.
And again, dude, his free throw percentage, come on.
Clutch God.
Yeah. If you're choking, you're missing free throws in the clutch. He is freak. Oh my God. I'm glad I'm watching this, man, because his performances were even crazier than I remember.
In the clincher back at home, Dallas found themselves down 2 with a minute to go. And guess who comes through? Dirk, bombing a 3 over the contest to take the lead, and the Mavericks never looked back. They are your Western Conference champions. 3 rounds in, and Dirk has seemingly destroyed all narratives about his past self. I mean, he's averaging 10 points per fourth quarter throughout these playoffs.
Yeah. And you know how I like to say if you're performing less in the playoffs or in a high pressure situation, if you're performing under your average, that's what I call a choke, you know, because you could figure out the logic there. He's doing the exact opposite here. He's in like a Jordan mode here, where it's the more pressure that's added to him, the better he's performing. That's a special thing.
It is astounding. The man is finals bound once again, with a chance to relinquish all shortcomings he's had. And he'll have to do so against his greatest demon.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade. Job not finished. Job not done.
Here we are again. Dirk and the Mavericks against D-Wade and the Heat in the NBA Finals. Except this time, the Flash had a couple helping hands. It wasn't the Diesel by his side, but rather the chosen one. 2-time league MVP LeBron James and All-NBA talent Chris Bosh. The big 3, if you will, up against the one-man army in Dirk. And Game 1 showed us why the Heat were presumed champions from the first day of the season. The big 3 were beyond dominant to draw first blood, and the news that came out post-game really shook things up. It was announced that Dirk tore a tendon in his left middle finger after fouling Bosh late in the fourth quarter, as you could see him looking weirdly at his hand. Nowitzki told reporters that he couldn't straighten his finger, but would still be ready to go for Game 2, as he plans to wear a splint for the rest of the series. Keep in mind, this is a multi-week injury, but our man was on a mission. You'd have to kill him to take him out of these finals.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. It doesn't matter. If you could walk, you're playing, man.
Game 2, though, proved to be more of the same. The Heat's star power was just too much for Dallas, finding themselves in a 15-point hole with 7 minutes to go in the fourth. But like they have all postseason long, the Mavericks flexed their resiliency. Out of nowhere, Jason Terry, Sean Marion, and Jason Kidd go berserk, cutting the lead to 4 with just under 3 minutes remaining.
And if you guys saw that reaction I did of Jason Terry recounting what happened in this playoff run, he said there was a moment with Dirk where he realized he can't ask for help, but he needs my help, you know? So he kind of stepped up as captain at that point and kind of did his thing and, you know, took over the best way that he could. And it looks like he rallied the troops as well.
Setting the table for the clutch god himself.
Yep. Just got to get him there.
Nowitzki hooks it up.
There you go.
2-point game. It's a rebound.
That's it.
Tried to save it. Ball still loose. Picked up by Terry. A minute remaining. Here goes Marion. Back to Nowitzki. Lefty layup. Backs it in.
And that's why it's such a cool story and such a cool team. Because like Dirk was carrying these guys the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. And now, you know, he's got an injury and then he's about to get sick too. His team needed to step up and back his ass up now. And they did. And that's the cool thing about veterans. Because, yeah, this team is way older. On paper, this doesn't look good. You know, it's because the big 3, they're literally in their physical primes at this point. But the experience from these veterans, they know when it's time to rise up and help their leader.
It's tied. Terry to Nowitzki, puts up the 3, puts it in. Dallas goes up by 3 with 26.7 remaining. Now you have another threat. Can they finish off this extraordinary comeback? Chalmers wide open. Oh, Chalmers knocks
Rio,
the 3.
underrated.
7 to shoot. Nowitzki drives with the deep lefty layup. Backs it in with 3.6 remaining. Miami out of timeouts, trailing by 2. James back to Wade. Wade puts it up for the win. Off the mark, and Dallas has tied the finals.
You know, I normally give LeBron crap for passing up the last shot. That one was the right play. Get the ball in Dwayne Wade's hands. That was the correct play. Almost went in, too.
With one of the most incredible comebacks in NBA Finals history.
7 straight points by Dirk, capped off by a smooth lefty scoop with a torn tendon in that finger to win the game. The European ain't so soft now, and this series is tied at 1. In a packed house for Game 3, Nowitzki put on a show for the city, popping off for 34 points and 11 rebounds. 15 of those, of course, coming in the fourth quarter. 3 balls, a thunderous slam, and a classic Dirk fade over Haslam to tie the game with 1:40 to go. Chris Bosh responds with a jumper to put Miami up 2, giving Nowitzki 4 seconds and a chance to cap off his masterpiece.
Get it in. Up to Nowitzki. Haslam on him. Nowitzki spins. Head fake. Falling away. Shot won't go, and Miami holds on and takes game 3. And Miami comes back and wins again on the road, and they lead the finals 2-1.
And now is when everything takes a crazy turn in this series.
I would have bet my life that shot was going in, but it was too strong. Miami takes a 2-1 series lead, and now everything is on the line.
Hey, man, all things considering, we're this deep into the playoffs. We're in the finals. Dirk hitting the back iron, I could live with that. If he would have airballed it short, then I'm like, oh, crap, his legs are dead. He's tired. No, he's got too much energy. I can accept that. That's good. That's a good sign.
On the cusp of a 3-1 series deficit entering Game 4, this was without question the most pivotal game of Nowitzki's career. And as if he wasn't already going through enough, he woke up on the morning of Game 4 with a 101-degree fever.
I'll be all right.
The timing was just
Attaboy.
terrible. He showed up to shoot around drenched in sweat, and during the game, Nowitzki didn't play at all like himself. He looked exhausted, missing shots he'd made all postseason long.
You guys ever had to play like a full court basketball game with the flu or a fever? It sucks.
Thankfully, his teammates had his back,
Sucks.
keeping the game tight into the final moments.
Like, you'll have moments where you think you're literally just like you're hallucinating. You know, like it's like you don't even know how you're moving or walking anymore.
And with 30 seconds left, up by 1, Dirk uses every ounce of energy in his body to get to the
Jordan
rim
tongue.
and scoop it home, pushing the Mavs lead to 3, and that would seal it.
Hey, did anybody ever ask him why he sticks out his tongue like that? Like, I mean, I know the answer for Jordan. That goes back to his father. But, like, what Dirk did it like a maniac.
It simply didn't matter what this man was going through. He was going to show up no matter what. The finals is now a best of 3. Coming off his fever game, fans were in awe of what Dirk was able to pull off. But the Heat, not so much. On the morning of Game 5, a video surfaced of LeBron and Wade in a back hallway after shoot-around, fake coughing and chuckling about it.
By the way, what this video is not showing is because and I get it, the video is not about him. It's about Dirk, which is cool. I appreciate that. But what is not showing on the other side is this was the worst performance of LeBron James's career by far. Y'all know this by now.
They were mocking Nowitzki, insinuating he faked his illness. In a league built on respect, that right there crossed the line, giving Dirk and the Mavs extra motivation headed into a decisive Game 5.
Yep.
Fast forward to the 4:40 mark of the 4th, and Dwayne Wade nails the 3 to put Miami up 4. And for just a moment, it seemed like the Heat were going to take control of this series. That is until Dirk and his boys went nuts. Jason Terry cashes it from downtown to tie the game. Nowitzki flushes the slam as the crowd explodes. J-Kid finds himself wide open from beyond the arc.
I know, and he was a terrible shooter most of his career, but he got that 3 ball down at this time.
Makes no mistake.
I stand by it, guys. Y'all want to extend, I mean, you know, if anybody want to extend your career in the NBA, get a jump shot down, get a 3 ball down. You know, do what Vince Carter did. You can play an extra 3 years at the end.
Lead is 5. Moments later, Terry pulls LeBron out into deep waters and splashes the 3 ball right in his eye, hitting his iconic airplane celebration.
His iconic GOAT celebration.
Set,
match.
These are the type of dig deep moments that you only get from a team that's learned from its past, that have built true grit through blood, sweat, and tears.
And that's why I always say I love these type of organic teams that have been up, they've been down, they've gone through heartache together, they learned from it, they got tough together. I don't like the modern situation on most teams where, you know, if it doesn't work within 2 years, then you blow it up, and then, you know, we have a whole new roster. I can't. There's no rivalries to be had. You know, you have to be able to see your team develop and grow and go through heartaches, so that when you do win, that feels so good. You know, like Mavs fans. I can't even imagine how good this must have felt. You know, once you finally did it after all that pain you guys went through, and as a unit, you know, as an owner of the team, all of this, to go through all that and to finally win it, I absolutely love it. I'm hoping the Knicks stay together. I'm hoping the Spurs stay together. I want to see these teams learn and grow and have rivalries and all of that good stuff that we all miss as NBA fans.
All the pain has led them here, one win away from tasting gold.
A splash.
Since the start of the postseason, the Mavericks have said the time is now. Well, the time can be now.
Welcome to the American Airlines Arena for Game 6 of the 2011 NBA Finals.
Down in South Beach with an NBA title on the line, Dirk was just hours away from rewriting the narrative on his career and cementing himself as one of the all-time greats.
He knew it, dude. This for his legacy. This was do or die. Because now when we talk about Dirk, it's all positive. He is the guy who did the impossible playoff run, the impossible championship run. All that other stuff that happened before, we don't bother mentioning it because it just ends up being a footnote in the story to his greatness.
However, the nerves were clearly there. Nowitzki was ice cold, putting up just 3 points on 1 of 12 shooting in the first half. But thanks to Jason Terry, Dallas leads by 2 at halftime, giving Dirk time to reset, calm himself, and put this big 3 away. In the third, he came out with his head on fire, hitting nothing but nylon 10 seconds into the quarter. He follows it up with a majestic off-balance midi and then bangs a 3 ball to go up 6. He's got it rolling now. The lead is 9 headed into the fourth, a quarter where Dirk has taken his game to a different stratosphere all playoff long.
This was the frozen one over there.
The once labeled soft, choker, weak European who disappeared when it mattered most was about to put the finishing touches on a legacy that's been questioned for far too long.
Terry to Nowitzki. Nowitzki, open jump shot, knocks it down. Kidd to Chandler. Chandler brings it back out. Nowitzki on the pull-up, puts it in. 10-point game with 3:40 to play. Nowitzki elevating his status amongst the NBA's greats. Nowitzki puts it up, puts it in. Dirk Nowitzki makes it a 10-point game. Nowitzki, left hand, lays it in. And it's 103-92. And that should do it for the Dallas Mavericks. And a celebration will begin. The Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions. Yep. The first
I remember
in franchise history.
This how much he cared. He didn't even this is immediate, guys. They won and he left the court. Okay? Cuz it meant everything to him.
The emotions of Dirk Nowitzki, what he's always dreamed of, hoping to have another chance.
And can eliminate once and for all the softness question. There's nothing soft and never has been about Dirk Nowitzki.
Well said, Jeff.
And the MVP of this series with an average of 26 points and almost 10 rebounds, Dirk Nowitzki.
What a video. What a freaking video, you guys. All right. Before I forget, guys, this is probably going to be one of those that get copyright claimed with all that music in there. We'll see what happens, but either way, shout out to channel members. I appreciate you. Either way, if this is one of those for the love of the game ones and it gets claimed, this was an absolute joy. Guys, go check out the channel if you want to. The link is down below. I assume most of you are already subscribed. That's a big dog over there. But this was a big dog for a reason. This was a great video. Great tribute to the amazing Dirk Nowitzki. And I'll tell you what, I was always a fan of Dirk, and it was one of those stories because I could see it starting to wind down. And I was thinking he's going to be one of those greats that don't win one, like Reggie Miller and Charles Barkley and Dominique. And I was like, oh man, it's going to be another one of those situations, isn't it? But nope, he broke out. He broke out of that realm, and he's in a special table now where it's like he's there, and then Giannis is there at that table, and these guys who pulled off the just such a special playoff run and did the impossible against all odds. And I'll always cherish this one. Now, I'll cherish it because I was, I've always been a little bit of a Dallas fan, and I've always been a Dirk fan, but I love Jason Kidd. I love Sean Marion and all these guys. Actually, I really liked Jason Terry, too, at the time. So I really enjoyed these players and this team. But then the final boss being the Miami Big Three, the greatest villain team in NBA history, because it's basically it feels like, you're playing against somebody who's actively cheating, and it's like, how do I overcome this? Somehow they beat that team, and that was just the best feeling in the world as a basketball fan, I'll tell you. I'll never forget it, and I tip my hat out, not just to Dirk, but to the entire Dallas Mavericks 2011-2010 team. You guys, man, You guys earned your place in NBA history forever. I think the Hall of Fame someday should just, enshrine all that entire team, that entire roster into the Hall of Fame someday. Anyways, I'm out of here, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought, and let me know what you thought about this team, guys. I'm out of here. Like the video if you could. I'd appreciate it. And subscribe if you want more content like this. And everybody, be water, my friends.